Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dylan Hildreth. This is Hildreth Media. And in this video, we are going to be talking about the failures of the leftist institutions that have caused the stories that I will be talking about in this video. Because the overarching narrative that is actually kind of getting buried is both of these horrific incidents, these tragic situations, were all caused by the failures of the leftist ideology. Now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any news, politics, racing, football, true crime, you name it, we're doing it. Let's dive into the story now, shall we? This one by Jerry Dunleavy, talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination. I already did a little bit of a eulogy type, kind of feeling sorry for myself kind of video earlier. If you want to go check that out, you can. It's not buried at all, not too badly. But anyway, so by Jerry Dunleavy of Just the News. The alleged assassin who fatally killed Charlie Kirk earlier this week was living with a male partner who is allegedly in the process of transitioning to being a female, who is currently cooperating with investigators. Sources familiar with the investigation told Just the News on Saturday. I mean, given the engraving that were on the bullets, on the bullet casings, this isn't shocking at all. Given what we knew about the bullet casings, the engraving on the casings, we expected something along these lines. That story broken by Steven Crowder. I mean, not particularly shocking. Authorities announced on Friday that they had arrested 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, a resident of western Utah, in connection to the killing of Kirk, a popular conservative influencer and ally of President Donald Trump. Now, Glenn Beck said earlier this week, we need to stop calling Charlie a conservative influencer. He was a civil rights activist. He is now a legend. And as I said in the previous video, which I will have a direct link at the end of this video, his legacy will carry on beyond not just his wife, his friends, his kids. His legacy will carry on for generations to come. You have the left with these actions have created a Martin Luther King Jr. type of civil rights leader. He was the one that reached across the aisle. He was the one who wanted to have conversations with the other side. Ben Shapiro had enough of it. Michael Knowles had enough of it. Matt Walsh had enough of it. I mean, Charlie was the last one, and the only way that a lot of the problems within this country were going to be fixed was doing it the way that Charlie did. That's the reality. But moving on. Robinson allegedly gunned down Kirk on Wednesday at Utah Valley University during a question and answer session at the Turning Point USA event. Investigators said on Friday that they were receiving cooperation from Robinson's roommate. Two sources familiar with the ongoing inquiry have told Just the News that Robinson lives with a male partner who identifies as transgender. The sources did not provide the name of Robinson's partner and said that the partner is currently sharing information with investigators. It was not immediately clear if Robinson's alleged transgender partner is the same person as a roommate who publicly discussed by investigators. The revelation was first reported by Fox News and the New York Post. That, I believe, is false. I think that also came from Steven Crowder, but I could be wrong on that. The affidavit of probable cause for arresting and charging Robinson stated that the investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. The police said the investigators interviewed the roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it in several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen of as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. Those photos consisted of various messages, including the content of messages between the phone, contact name, Tyler with emojis, the emoji icon, and Robinson's roommate's device. The report by police stated that the messages from the contact named Tyler included stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point and leaving the rifle in a bush, as well as referred to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and a rifle being unique. Now, a question that will probably go unanswered: who engraved the bullets? Who engraved the bullets? That needs to be found out, because that should be a telltale sign that something bad was going to happen. And whoever engraved the bullets, we got questions. We have questions. Utah Governor Spencer Cox conveyed similar details about the information provided by the roommate during Friday's press conference. Cox also said that in the press conference on Friday that a family member said Robinson had become more political in recent years, that earlier this year Robinson had mentioned that Kirk was coming to Utah University, with a family member alleged to be stating that he believed Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. Gee, can't imagine what happened over the last number of years with Robinson. Oh, yeah. The leftist institution known as college. College radicalized Tyler Robinson from a normal kid who, by many accounts, liked playing video games, wasn't political, and then when he came out of college, he became a radical, raging leftist. So insane to the point of assassinating Charlie Kirk. This is an utter failure upon the leftist institution. And I believe he got a full ride scholarship to Utah State. So he had good grades. He was good on standardized testing. Good enough to the point where he got a 4-year scholarship to, I believe it was Utah State. And yeah, it was. This is a failure of the leftist institution. from the lies, the BS that is spread by people such as Harry Sisson, such as Aaron Parnas, such as the Krassenstein brothers, JoJo from Jersey, Brooklyn Dad, Chris Mowry. I mean, the list goes on and on. At CNN, MSNBC, the Young Turks, goes on and on and on, inundated with intense, dangerous rhetoric. Cox told the Wall Street Journal in a story published Saturday that it's very clear to us, to the investigators, that this person who was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology, the ammunition belonging to the suspect arrested in connection with the killing of Kirk, was allegedly inscribed with such anti-fascist and anti-Nazi phrases as "Hey fascist, catch," an apparent video game reference. The inscriptions on the ammunition suggest the suspect was steeped into anti-fascist politics and online meme culture, although more remains to be known about his motives. And go a little bit. Investigators have said that the weapon used by Robinson was an older style Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle with a scope, that it was recovered after he wrapped it in a dark towel and ditched it in a wooded area after the shooting. The governor said that the casing belonged to singular round rifle fired by Robinson that fatally struck Kirk in the neck, and inscribed within the online meme, "Notices bulges OWO. What's this?" I mean, the bullets were inscribed with transgender ideology, anti-fascist, but the left wants to say that he is a conservative MAGA Republican. Come on now. Them trying to spin the story into this, they are hoping you are an idiot. And most of America, they ain't that stupid. They're not stupid. The website Know Your Meme states that the phrase is a reference to a viral copy-pasta that parodies online furry and roleplay culture that first appeared online back in 2013. The website adds that the meme is meant to make fun of furry roleplaying, including the language and typing quirks stereotypically attributed to roleplayers and furries. The website also says that as furries have increasingly embraced the meme, it has become harder to tell whether any individual meme using the phrase is made by a furry, a troll, or just a regular meme lover. The shell casing on one of the unspent rounds inscribed with the phrase "Hey fascist, catch," accompanied by an up arrow symbol, a right arrow symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols, according to the governor. The meaning of the arrows is unclear, but is a reference to a weapons code in a parody-style fascist video game. Robinson allegedly used Discord, an online communications platform commonly used by millions of video game players, and an arrow combinations as described by the governor, commonly used as codes in a video game, in particular the third-person shooter game Helldivers 2. Online user guides state that the powerful Eagle 500 kilogram bomb is activated using the up arrow, the right arrow, and 3 down arrows. So, I mean, it's as clear as day. He was radicalized by the leftist institutions. And you want to go even further into the failures of the leftist institutions. Teacher allegedly showed the Charlie Kirk assassination video to 10 and 11-year-olds and told the students he deserved to be killed. This teacher should be fired. And never, ever allowed to teach again. Not just the fact that this teacher told the students he deserved it, but for fuck's sake, it is 10 and 11-year-olds. What in the hell is wrong with this teacher? In Canada, a public school teacher has been suspended after allegedly showing a video of Charlie Kirk's assassination to students as young as 10 in his class, authorities in Canada said. Go figure. Teacher suggested that Kirk deserved to be killed and gave young students a speech about anti-fascism and transgender issues, according to a report. Again, an utter failure of leftist institutions. I mean, so I'm kind of scrolling through here that see. Well, they didn't mention the teacher's name. We need that name. We need that name. That's what I'm going to say about that. Because this person needs to be shamed into oblivion. Because I mean, regardless of your politics, left or right, you shouldn't be showing a video of somebody getting killed to 10 and 11-year-olds. Especially in a school. That's number one. And then saying that he deserved it because he was willing to reach across the aisle and have a discussion. To have a debate. But it's the right that has to tone down the rhetoric, according to the left. It can't be toned down, and then, quite frankly, it's going to ramp up. From everything I've seen, it's going to ramp up. This has made the left look absolutely horrific to the 80% that doesn't follow politics. And it has the mask is completely off. The mask is completely off. Now everybody, even the common person, knows how ugly these leftist institutions are. And then a story that has kind of flown under the radar in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination is Irina Zaruska's murder on a subway in Charlotte. Video surfaced of it. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out, make sure that it doesn't get shown on here. Nobody needs to see that. Liberal media and politicians have been accused of staying silent on the savage murder of a young Ukrainian refugee on a North Carolina train after a career criminal with no fewer than 14 arrests was charged with murder. Irina Zaruska 23, was stabbed to death on a light rail train in Charlotte, with a horrifying surveillance footage showing the moment the unsuspecting young woman was brutally stabbed. DeCarlos Brown Jr., 35, is allegedly shown pulling out a pocket knife and getting out of his seat behind Zaruska before the video cuts, just as he prepares to plunge the blade into her. Footage shared by police shows Zaruska is totally unaware of the killer behind her, fiddling with her phone as Brown allegedly unfolds the knife and prepares to attack. After the killing, the attacker can be seen wandering through the Lynx Blue Line train, dripping blood across the floor as he carries the weapon. Bystanders barely seem to notice that the young woman has just been knifed to death right behind him. Oh, they were well aware. That is being all too kind to the people that sat there and did absolutely nothing. They sat there and did nothing. These people, I believe there's somebody behind, yeah, there's people behind them. They did absolutely nothing. And again, this is an absolute failure of the leftist institutions, letting people like him off over and over and over again. And then in the media, they're making excuses for him. I mean, it's absolutely insane. This person, DeCarlos Brown Jr., should have never, ever been let out of prison or of a mental facility. And yet, because of the leftist institutions refusing to actually put people in jail unless they are conservative, a innocent Ukrainian refugee was murdered. The events over the last week are not just an indictment on the left as it pertains to Charlie Kirk, but also of her. They failed this woman. They failed her. They fail over and over again to protect their own city, their own cities. Too many times we've seen this happen. People who are consistently let out of jail because of XYZ over and over and over again. And then they go out and commit these horrific acts. And people sit there stunned. Like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine this happening. It's a reality. The leftist institutions allowed this to happen, just as they allowed this to happen to Charlie Kirk. Irina and Charlie, they are lessons that need to be learned about how evil the left truly is. And I'm not talking about your JFK moderate Democrats, the ones who are center-left. I'm talking about the AOCs, the Ilhan Omars, the Harry Sissons, the list goes on and on and on. Who continually spin the stories, try to blame the right because if they were to take responsibility, then they would no longer have a talking point. That is the reality. The left has shown over the course of the last week and a half, how truly evil their institutions are. Letting violent people out, radicalizing young people to the point of committing assassination. That the true evil of the left is what has been exposed in these stories. I'm Dylan Hildreth. This is Hildreth Media. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.